Guys, and welcome to Noranish's Debates, where we're continuing our Paladin series on the best legendary cards. Today, we're doing Grover. Grover, of course, the tree that Sylvanas rise and smite, and he, of course, he is a champion of the realm, and he has 3 legendary cards like everyone else does. He is a tree man. A lot of people call him Groot. His 3 cards are really simple. Alright, he has an ability that cripples you. For those of you who don't know what a cripple is, when you're crippled, it means you can't use a movement ability. So if you have a dash or a leap or a jetpack, if you're crippled, you can't use it. You can still move and you can still shoot and stuff, but you just can't use movement abilities. Deep Roots changes that cripple into also a root. And a root, of course, makes you stop moving. But it still cripples, so it makes it so you can't move and also can't use a movement ability. Next one is Ferocity, which is you increase your damage scaling over distance for 30%. So Grover's one of the only characters in Paladins who hits harder the further away he is, right? So there's damage scaling. So if I shoot you with a gun, if you're further away, I do less damage, unless you're like a sniping character, in which case the damage is the same. Grover rocks your face from a distance. And then the last one, of course, Rampant Blooming, which increases his target heal. So Grover has a passive heal, his ult heals, and then he also has a single target heal. This one gives you additional 160 health per second for 4 seconds. So Scott, what say you? What is his best legendary card?
Well, Blossom is an AoE heal. I believe it heals everybody within a radius of you. It's not a single target heal.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. I'm stupid
Okay.
then. I should be
It's
shot.
Right. It's alright.
No, I fucking quit.
Right.
I'm fired.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So my favorite legendary card, the one I choose 98% of the time, Deep Roots.
Ooh.
Is that what you picked?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna argue for Ferocity. Go ahead. Deep Roots. Hit it.
All right. All right, and this is the reason I choose. All right, so my original one was Ferocity. I was loving Ferocity, right? Because I would just hang back, because the healing, whatever. I never found myself healing as much with him. I was more doing damage and then getting my ultimate and then running in, healing, whatever. So I was using Ferocity, and when I noticed the change was, I forget what character I was playing on. And so whoever was playing him kept rooting me, and then it was just like boom, 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 done. And I was just like, how the hell that happened? And then I started playing him, and I realized, man, if you could land that deep root, forget about it. It was just like the amount of damage you could lay on him. Even if you're pretty close, you can usually get 2 or 3 axes into the person before they get out of the root. And that pretty much was that's what sold me on that. So.
And that is my argument against Deep Roots. And that is that you have to hit the shot. So I'm going to go with a solid rationale for how am I going to determine the best legendary card. And the best legendary card will be the card that is benefiting you all of the time. And Ferocity benefits you all of the time. Your crippling throw, I think, has like a 6-second cooldown. Or something like that, or 10-second cooldown. I should have researched this before. But I was gonna argue in favor of Deep Roots because I thought you were for sure gonna go with the heal. So I don't know the time off the head. But if you miss it, then your legendary card is no longer benefiting you. And on maps like Fish Market and that castle one.
That's
Jaguar Falls, yeah, where you have giant lines of sights to people, because Grover is because he has that passive heal, right? He is a beyond the point healer. So if you could take the point and push the enemy back, and now you're sniping people with Ferocity from a distance, oh, it's so annoying. It is so annoying to get, first of all, just to get hit by a Grover axe at distance hurts. And he's gonna hurt from a distance, and every time it hits, you're like, how did so much life get taken away from me? That is just banana. Every time I equip Ferocity, and I'm the main healing effort, I am always top 3 in damage. always top 3 in damage anytime I equip Ferocity. And it doesn't matter if I miss, I'm going to hit him again.
Very true. I agree that it is on all the time, at why crippling is not on all the time. I feel like there are more game-changing plays you make with crippling. I don't want to necessarily... I want to take this time because you said what I was going to do. I don't want to necessarily say that Rampant Blooming is not a good legendary. I just feel that in the current game atmosphere, the other two are just more beneficial. I'm trying to think of a time when Rampant Blooming was something you wanted to do, and I can't. I mean, when you're moving with the cart, when you're pushing the cart, I guess it'd be good if you're standing there, but then Ferocity and Deep Roots would probably do better at slowing down the enemy if they're running towards you as a group. I don't know. I feel like if it's your first time playing him, and I think Rampant Blooming is the default card that comes with it, and the other two you have to unlock, I'm not sure about that. I think that's definitely the one that you go with if you don't know what you're doing. And I feel like you can graduate up. Like then there's Ferocity. Ferocity is a very easy thing to understand. And then there's Crippling Throw when you have your skills down.
Yeah, so Deep Roots is definitely the game-changing skill shot, right?
Yeah.
Because once you turn it into a cripple root, it is bananas. Like it is. If people are hitting you with that, forget about him hitting you. Like him by himself. If you even have the smallest modicum of coordination, when that deep root hits, you're done. You're gonna go ahead and be staring at a respawn screen. That's what's gonna happen. So Rampant Blooming, essentially, and I'd have to see it. All it does is counteract Cauterize, right? Which everyone's gonna, which someone on the enemy team is gonna get Cauterize. So it basically counters that. However, right? However, I would say that I can imagine the 160 heal per second for 4 seconds, right? If someone got blown up, if someone got bursted down, like and again, his heal's up pretty awesome. If you even build any cooldown on it, like his heal is up. Plus he has a passive heal. Plus he has his ulti heal. And it's like, do you want him to be a heal bot? Because that is not Grover's strong suit. Like Grover's strong suit it's hurting you. Like as a healer, right? Only I'd have to replay it after the last patch, but I would say only Gronk like hurts more, right? Like if we really did it, and even then, Gronk can't hurt the way Grover hurts because Grover can hurt you from across the map. Like Grover could literally perch up somewhere. Like when you don't have point control, Grover could literally be up with Kinessa and they could both be sniping you. You know what I'm saying? Like he could be a sniper.
I think one of my favorite aspects of him is the idea that they go, listen, you have this great AoE, you have this AoE heal, right? You have this constant heal that's happening to people around you, right? This whole thing about being around everybody else. And I say, but your weapon is going to do more damage the farther away you are. So it puts you in this position where it takes a lot of skill and know-how, right? To be both a successful healer and to do a lot of damage, right? And I like that complexity to the character, right? So like in every map that I play with him, it's always about, okay, when are they going to need the heals? If they don't need the heals, where can I be to get there if they need heals, but at the same time produce the most damage and benefit my team as far as that is concerned? And I think that a lot of times when I play him, I like that. I like having that constant game going on in my head where, like Stone Keep, right? You could sit all the way back at that long run where the point is, right? Launching them down there. But when you see them rush the point, it's like, well, I got to get over there quick or else my tank's going to go down. And it's that kind of, right, if I'm on the point and there's some people on the point, I can aim behind the people on the point to get the most amount of damage out towards, their sniper or their Shaolin or whatever. So
all right. So I think so. Here's where we stand to wrap it up, and let us know in the comments who was right. Scott is going with Deep Roots because CC is king. CC is always been king, and it is a game. It changes it from a minor annoyance to a fight changing, not a game changing, but it can turn a fight. I'm going with Ferocity because it's the simplest card. It's always on, and anyone can use it regardless of skill level. It's just going to be beneficial even if you suck. And then we're both riding off Rampant Blossom as being far too, like, I don't know. It pays more in this game to push versus to heal. You know, like even when you're holding the point, the best way to hold the point is to push, not to hold up. And Rampant Blossom again, it counteracts Cauterize, and I know everyone builds Cauterize, but just juke. All right, so let us know in the comments below that I was right. I feel like I just ended a podcast saying that I was right.
Grover.